Gotham episode 12, What the Little Bird Told Him. Definitely loved this episode. I was really excited for it. From the preview that we got, I was really excited. Like, the Electrocutioner was coming back, and I thought it was going to be really cool. Like, the scene I was actually looking forward to the most was the GCPD scene where he kind of knocked out all the police, and that was still a great scene. I thought it was really cool. But this episode led to so much more stuff, and I love the fact that they tied in this sort of loose villain who seemed really cool. Like I said, I was excited for him anyway, but he was sort of this loose, kind of just out there villain that they chose from the comics, and then they tied that in with the main story, and really it's kind of just leading to the future of the kind of the mob story. I feel like this was like the penultimate episode for some of the mob stuff, or maybe not even the penultimate episode, because some of the stuff that's going to be happening is going to be great next week. Of course, like Mooney basically gets busted and captured, but we have like this whole thing with Mooney now, who has found out that Penguin is working for Falcone, and that was really great. Like, they didn't explore it too much, but it's like he knows now. Penguin, jumps up like, I got to get to Falcone. He knows there's some stuff he's gonna have to figure some things out. I figured he had him tailed in this episode, but I'm guessing he didn't, because otherwise they would have been attacked right there. Or maybe not. Maybe he was tailed and they're just kind of saving that. But I'm really excited for that. Like, and I don't know how that's going to play out with the Fish Mooney stuff going on, because it depends on what Maroni really wants to do. It's like he could take out Fish, or let Falcone take out Fish, and then he takes out Falcone. He could help Fish take out Falcone, and then he takes her out or something. I don't know, but I'm so excited for that, because he was, in this episode, he was basically just attached to the villain storyline, and now it's kind of drawn him into like this big mob war that's already going on, because he kind of reached this point where it was like, all right, he knows what he can do. He's reached his limit. He kind of came to that agreement with Falcone. I can't remember what episode that was, but a while ago he came to that agreement. They kind of settled everything, and now it's like, oh, this guy who I kind of picked up, who I had some reservations about, because of course when he found out he first worked for Mooney, there were some issues there, but then it's like, all right, now I trust him, and I find out he's working for Falcone, and I just can't wait to see how that stuff plays out. And like I said, the stuff that we got to see play out was unbelievable. Like, I didn't expect Liza to be killed. Like, Falcone, he was in that moment, and it was just like, I was kind of thinking, like, what if he just, choked her? Like, he was just talking to Mooney, and it was just like, without looking, he just choked her, but he, kind of looked right at her, and it's like, it sucks she got, pulled into this because she seemed like a nice girl, and then he just takes her out right there. And Mooney actually tries to save her, but of course, Butch has to pull her back, because they'd both just be shot and killed, and that would be the end of it. But that was pretty crazy. Like, I didn't expect things to go that way. I loved when Mooney first called him, and he was just like, I didn't expect it to be you. That was probably one of my favorite parts of the episode. There was no more mystery. It wasn't like he got tricked by her or whatever, and she was, keeping the ploy going. It was just like, I didn't think it would be you. And that was it. And I just loved that line. I thought it was really cool. It's just like, he's finally getting it. And he even says, like, I'm a little upset at how stupid I've been. That was just really cool, and I loved that and how everything worked. And Penguin coming in towards the end, being able to kind of say his goodbyes to Mooney and stuff. And I'm sure it won't exactly be the last goodbye, but that was definitely great. And we still get to see Butch. He he actually lived, so it's still Butch and Mooney, and they might end up making their escape together or something like that, and they kind of survive on their own for a little bit, maybe in season 2. But I'm really excited for that. I thought it was really great. We got to see a couple of other cool little things in this episode that I really enjoyed. One of the big things we got to see, Nigma in this episode was definitely entertaining, and it seemed like he was reaching a little bit of a higher level with the woman that he's basically always annoying. And I don't know if she said he was annoying in that one part just because that cop was there, or if she actually meant it. But she laughed at the riddle, and she like smiled at the riddle because he called her beautiful. So, I don't know how that's going, but it was good to see him, and he's trying to make a legitimate effort. It was weird because, yeah, he put a bullet in a cupcake, and that's just a weird riddle. Like, no one would figure that out because it's insane. But it was him trying to be nice, so that was cool. I enjoyed getting to see him. We got to see the doctor come back. I can't think of her name, unfortunately. But she came in, she sort of helped out the case, so that was pretty cool. And then, of course, we got to rejoice as Jim kind of just moved on from Barbara and that. So I'm sure a lot of people were incredibly excited to see him move on with someone else who seems a lot more sane. So that was nice. And we also got to see Barbara. She was with her like weird uppity, Grey Poupon parents. Sorry if you don't get what Grey Poupon is, but that was an interesting scene. Like, I don't know where they're gonna go with that. She's kind of left and gone to her parents, who she's clearly estranged from. They were like barely talking. It was like, it's good to see you. You too. And it's like, it's obviously very weird. So I don't know where that story is really gonna go. She might go back to Montoya, and I don't know. I honestly have no idea where that could possibly go. Like, she just seems like she's getting further away from kind of making things better with Jim, who has clearly moved on, which honestly he should, because at this point, when you vanish, like when you seriously just up and vanish on someone and they just don't know what the heck happened, kind of constitutes you two not being together anymore. So, if she kind of comes back and then, kind of gets mad at him again like she did in the other episode, she really won't have a reason. Like, she's just poof, she's gone. So I'm sure that'll come back into play later in the season. I'm sure she'll decide to come back to Jim, and then it's like, oh, here's the love triangle. Not even a love triangle, because he'll have moved on, but I'm sure we'll get that later in the season. I'm not exactly looking forward to it. I'm sure you guys aren't either. If you are, though, please, let me know. But like I said, I loved this episode. It was a great return. It was much better than I thought because of all the little things they added, like the stuff with Maroni. We got the full conclusion to Falcone actually finding out about Liza, and fortunately it didn't backfire on Penguin, because that was an idea I had, that it would really backfire on him for keeping this a secret for so long, but Falcone kind of didn't question it. We might get to see him do that, because I know I would if, it's kind of like, did you just suddenly found out today or something when I need your help, and that's when you decide to tell me, or something like that, I don't know, but it worked out for Penguin so far. Depending on what happens with Mooney and Butch, if they end up escaping or whatever, it's probably going to come back to bite him in the butt, I'm sure. But I love the episode. Can't wait for next week's episode. It should be really exciting. Some of the little stuff they had in like the commercials, the Gotham Revealed stuff, they mentioned the fact that Mooney would have like sort of an action scene. It seemed like it could just be like the torture scene that she had, but she could do some actual fighting. We haven't really seen her do that. Maybe she's got some secret skills that she can kind of just keep to herself, because she's got like Butch and other people to do the work for her. So, we might get to see her kind of step out of that sort of hidden zone and just beat somebody up. I don't know, but I'm excited for that. Great episode, of course. I want to know what you guys thought about this one, so please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, your least favorite parts. And I think the big question that I have for you guys is, what do you think is going to happen with just the mob storyline in general? We have the stuff with Maroni. He knows, like, obviously Penguin wouldn't have just said that out of nowhere, so we're going to get to see that. We don't really know what's going to happen to Mooney. I mean, it's only season 1, so I'm not 100% confident she'll actually end up getting killed off. I'm not even 100% confident Butch will even get killed off, and admittedly, he's, obviously not as important as Mooney, but I want to know what you guys think. I'm excited no matter what they do. I don't think they could possibly go wrong with the mob stuff, because it's without a doubt been the best part of the episode. Even if Penguin wasn't the character, if it was someone else, it would still be great, because all the stuff is just people trying to screw over people that have helped them for years, and they try to rework it in their own way, like Mooney saying, like, I'm giving you an out, like, this is the best ending you could possibly have. And then he kind of flips it, and it's like, well, maybe the best ending is killing off all my enemies. So I'm excited for whatever they do, but like I said, I want to know what you guys think, so please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.